So my most requested video is to show the process from start to finish. The very first thing that happens after you place an order is that I send a container for the materials. I send containers for ashes and breast milk. Once you send things back to me, I make sure everything is organized in its own folder, and we make note of your ring size, check your order into our spreadsheet, and send you an email. A lot of work goes into organizing orders and keeping everything in the order that it should be done. And then it's finally time to make the ring blank. I take a lot of pride in the fact that I make my own jewelry, and I really enjoy it. My workspace is almost always a mess, but I'm definitely one of those people that likes to work in a little bit of organized chaos. So first I'm cutting the ring band and sizing it to be the correct size. I file it so that the ends match up perfectly when soldering. A lot of time goes into making sure that solder joint is tight so that the solder will flow perfectly. I usually will work on a batch of rings so that I'm not just doing one at a time. Another video that I'm planning on making sometime soon is a beginner's guide to soldering and how I learned to solder. I just taught myself on YouTube, and I really believe that anybody can learn how to do it. So once I've made the ring band the right size, the next thing I work on is the bezel cup. This is the part where the stone will go. This one is made with solid gold metal, so there's a lot more that goes into making it. I have to solder that setting to the back plate, and here I'm stamping the 14 karat to the back so that you know for sure that the metal is 14 karat. So then I solder that to the back plate, and I try really hard to not melt the metal. Solid gold melts very quickly, so if you heat it up for too long and it gets too red, it can really just melt on you. And if you look really closely here coming up, I think I did melt this one, but luckily I've learned some ways to fix it. Next, I do a two-part process of sanding the rough sides of the bezel cup and then shining it up so that it's really smooth. And then it's time to solder that bezel cup onto the ring band. There's so many ways in this process where this can go wrong, and whether it's sanding too much or heating it up too much and it melting. So every time it goes well, I'm very happy. Next, it's time to pickle it, and pickle is an acid solution that takes off the fire scale, which is the dark marks that are made from soldering. Then it's time to shine it in the tumbler, and I love this part of the process, getting to see the shiny jewelry that I just made. Then I organize the finished jewelry to what order it goes with, and I put them in little baggies and then attach it to the order form that it goes to. Which means more work organizing and moving orders up to which part of the process they should be in. And the very last part of the process is to finally create the keepsake stone. I'm going to read the note that this customer sent me about why this keepsake is so special to her. I went to college at the University of Arizona and began volunteering at my local dog shelter. At the end of March 2020, I ended up fostering a senior pit bull mix who was named Gordo. This was right when COVID began, and he, without knowing it at the time, helped me get through college. Gordo's history was unknown, but based on his health, vets thought he was used as a bait dog due to his scars and shaved down teeth. I fostered Gordo for a month before officially adopting him on April in 2020. Taking on an older dog, especially a pit bull, was hard, but the best thing I ever did. I knew because he was older, around 11 the shelter said, I would have less time with him, and unfortunately our time together was cut short at the end of December 2023. Out of nowhere, Gordo was throwing up one night and wouldn't eat the next morning. This was a huge sign because he loved food and would eat anything. I ended up taking him to the emergency vet, and after listening to his lungs, they rushed him inside with a gurney and did every test they could. He didn't want to eat or get up anymore and was shaking, so I had to make the decision to set him free of pain. I always thought when it was his time I would have more of a warning, but his passing was so very sudden and unexpected. He was my everything and still is forever. I know he will be forever in my heart, but I can't wait to look down and have him with me wherever I go now. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and comment below your thoughts and any other videos you'd like to see.